In this interview, I'm going to take the stance. Let's assume that I am an undecided voter, yeah, who in the last election either voted for Bola Tinubu or Omoyele Sowore, or who did not vote because I didn't think that the election was going to go well, or I voted, but now I think there's no point. That's the position I'm going to take today. So my questions are going to flow from there. First question, NDC, which is your party. The news, as interpreted by some sections of the public, is that in effect, the Federal High Court decision has deregistered the NDC. Is that the case?
No, it's wrong.
Okay.
That judgment is very defective.
Right.
It is a wrong judgment, and it cannot stand.
But until it is set aside, is that not the status quo?
Well, we're in court. I won't say we're not registered.
Okay.
Because we're in court.
Right.
Until that case is over. NDC remains a registered party in Nigeria. Because we appeal. If you have a judgment and you're appealing it, so we're still there.
So you're saying the status quo is that NDC is still fully registered?
NDC is still a registered party in Nigeria.
And the matter is now in court?
Yes.
Right. Because the reason that you gave in public for leaving the ADC is that the current ruling party is trying to frustrate opposition parties. So how did the NDC still fall into the same pit that you ran away from the ADC for?
The same thing I said before. That the current ruling party is actually trying to destroy democracy. Not just opposition, to destroy the entire thing.
So that there's no opposition?
Not just that there's no opposition. They are not democratic. They don't want to be. So it's not just destroy opposition, but to destroy the entire democratic system.
There's this persistent accusation. Yeah. So when people look at your record in Anambra State, one of the persistent, actually, now I remember two. One of the persistent accusations is that you took the state's money and put it in your bank. So that even if you didn't collect money, it's because you are savvy enough to have found another way to extract from the state. What do you say to that?
Well, you know, whatever you do, people have excuse.
Okay.
We had, for example, when I left, I had $50 million in Diamond Bank.
Right.
12 billion naira.
Right.
Same bank.
Right. Does Anambra State had the money in?
Anambra State savings.
Right.
$50 million in Fidelity Bank, which is supposed to be the bank I'm involved. 12 billion naira. $50 million in Access Bank. 12 billion naira.
Right.
One, go to those banks. Let me start with the dollar. There are bonds. The rates are issued. Everybody knows the rate. Go to them and see if there's anyone who are benefited.
Right.
Children who have saved. Show me any other subnational state in this country where a governor have left with savings. One. And I'll stop running.
Right. Right.
In dollars. I saved in dollars and naira. And the only excuse for saving is to normal thing in Nigeria, rather than give you prize, it's calling you name. When Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, go and read Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's book.
Yes, she name checked you on that. Yes.
On why we should save.
Yeah.
Page 61. Serving.
Yes. The book.
Fighting corruption is dangerous.
Fighting corruption is dangerous, yes.
Go and read it. I was the only governor who supported savings. And somebody said, oh, Peter, maybe you were trying to. I said, let me tell you. I have served as the chairman of a bank, director in banks in Nigeria. Go and ask any of the banks whether any of them bought me a car. Whenever they asked it, I said, no.
Right.
So it's not a question of whether you did this or you
didn't do that.
So you didn't do that. I signed off several thousands of CFOs in Anambra State, land owned by the state. Should if you find one land directly or indirectly belonging to me, I quit politics.
Right.
So it is not just, did I do that one because land was apportioned to me in Abuja? No.
Right. So the question about putting money in the fidelity bank is irrelevant because it's a question about
let another person put in his bank and save it for the state.
as long as it is saved.
As long as it's saved.
Right.
Or why didn't they keep the one that's saved? Or move it somewhere else?
So what's your plan for security? Because essentially, one of the big cases against Goodluck Jonathan, who you supported then, leaving office, was that security had collapsed in the country. For a voter like me, that was a key issue. But it seems that 11 years after, 12 years after, we have returned.
Far worse.
So now the government says, one, it is opposition politicians, and two, it's a global collapse.
That is nonsensical.
Okay. Why is it nonsensical, and what are you going to do differently?
It requires political will. One person must be in charge. Is that not the government is in charge? Or they are in charge? If I'm in office, one person must be in charge. And I can tell you I'll be in charge.
So you're saying President Tinubu is not in charge?
No, it doesn't show the capacity.
Right.
Truly, if I have, let me use Ibadan for example.
Okay.
If I have 40 children in the bush, I'll be in Ibadan.
What difference would that make?
Big difference.
Okay.
If I decide to move all the security apparatus to that place
Right.
and deal with it decisively,
Right.
it is a capacity thing. I'll move there.
Right.
I've done it in Anambra State. Go and ask anybody. I wasn't delegating. This is the machinery. This is what people want to hear from government. I was in Ibadan over the weekend, and I was shocked. Said in my tweet.
Yes, you said that the president has not called Governor Makinde, the governor of the state.
It's unbelievable. Let me tell you. Today, forget security.
Right.
I had an erosion in a place called Umuchiani in Ekulobia. By 2 a.m., my phone rang, and they said there's erosion, and a house had collapsed into it. I left my place in Oka and drove to that site 2 a.m. and called President Obasanjo. From there, I said, I'm in a village called Umuchiani. Erosion had just taken place there. A building had fallen into. He answered me 2 a.m. 2 a.m. And that has been the case. When I had one of the most critical robberies, I called President Yaradua. He was calling me daily until that situation was...
Even though two of you were in different parties?
Yes. 50 days. The war Nigeria was outraged that Jonathan did not call for 2 weeks. This is
when the Chibok girls were kidnapped?
Yes. Yeah. This is over 7 weeks.
Right.
Our children cannot be in the bush. And all of us politicians are preoccupied by next election. It is total lack of compassion. If I was president, I would by now convey all party meeting, all party leaders, and we'll decide how to tackle this situation.
Right.
Among other things, not just this. There's other things we need to tackle.
Right.
Part of the governance structure is communication.
Right.
The people want to hear from you.
People say that though he has been communicating.
How?
Through Bayo Ononuga, his presidential spokesperson.
Did we vote by Ononuga?
But
No. You see, we can't communicate. The Indian Prime Minister Modi is not communicating through
spokespersons.
No, we elected you. Even Trump. It's not always. You should be talking to us tweeting. Is this the person we elected?
But people say it's a matter of personal style.
No. That's
He's an institutional thinker, so he wants the people he hired to do their jobs. That's what his supporters will say.
We hired you.
Right. We hired the president.
Yes. We now want to hear from the person we hired. We don't want to hear from his people. It is you who made the promise. It was it Bayo Ononuga that said, I'll give you power. If I don't give you power, don't vote for me.